Everybody who starts in this music game has the plan or wants a plan of reaching the platinum mountaintop in this game. However, they don't have any goals or any strategy to reach that vision. Now, without a clear goal and a strategy, 95% of you all will fail. And later on in my videos this month, you will see why I call the 90% the bottom. And it's true. All of that will make you feel lost. We don't want you to feel lost because you got to have a plan to reach the platinum mountaintop. So before you get started, you should know how to plot some things out so you can at least reach some of those goals. At least you can pull yourself out of that 95% and decrease that ratio. Now, it took me a long time to begin to win in this game. Somehow I'm on the other side of it. But when I became goal and strategy oriented is when the whole industry opened up to me for whatever I wanted. And at that point, we're going to jump into the Music Money Makeover show. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Music Money Makeover Show. My name is Casey Graham. Let's hop right in. My first question is this. What is your vision? If you can't clearly explain the mountaintop vision of what success looks like to yourself, how will you know where you want to go? Most importantly, how can you explain it to others? Be honest with yourself because visions aren't just happenstance. You see what I'm saying? This stuff is important. I know I'm not specifically speaking on a lot of math as of recently in these shows. I want to see a lot of you all win. And so for that, we have to go all script from the Music Money Makeover type of thing. And we have to really dig into how you're actually getting started. Because once we can get that going, I'm going to get back into this math. But a lot of you all are not making it past here. And you don't know why. And it's mainly because of goals. See, goals are base level strategy. They can help you get started. I'm going to do X by X because of X, or I'm going to do X by Y because of Z, or for Z because of this. You get what I'm saying? We touched the goals, last week or maybe a week and a half ago. I forgot what video it was, but we touched on this. And a lot of you all, your eyes got real big and things opened up for you, and I was glad for that because that's what I needed to see from you all. See, the thing about it is strategy is all about determining the how of the goal. Let me move me out the way. I got too big here. All right. Strategy is all about determining the how of the goal. So here's the task. Task is always, what are you going to do? What skills do you need to do this task? Or what playing field will we compete on? And then the why is the purpose. What's the purpose for doing this? Does this tie into the other goals that we set for ourselves? So we're not wasting time here. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I go step 1, step 2, step 3, and we're not doing side quests to the left and to the right. It doesn't have anything to do with what we need to do to go straight up the middle. You get what I'm saying? And then we got to look at the 4. What's the value proposition here? Because outside of doing all of this, we still got to get paid, or we got to get some type of fruits for our labor for putting in this work. So what type of value are you getting from this? And then we got to hit it with a deadline, put a time limit on it, put some English on it. Because if we don't do that, then we'll just be out here, yeah, man, I guess I'll get it done whenever I get it done. But what can't we lose in order to meet the deadline? What's got to be out of our way? And if we lose, if there's something that we cannot lose, like that's just our Achilles heel, our kryptonite, what is that kryptonite that's going to cause us to not meet our time limit? What can we not afford to lose to make it across the finish line? And once you figure that out, we can answer these questions and we can expand our goal that we had on the previous slide. Because this is good right here. This is good, but the next step is even better when we expand it. Okay? Now, where's your I don't know point? After plotting your goal and using some basic strategy planning, every place you draw a blank is where you will need help. So remember earlier this week, we talked about networking and networking, before you needed it. Ask yourself, what help will I need? Then we can go through our phone, call everybody, and see if somebody has somebody that does something related to what we need. All right? Now, you got to vet them for quality. And even if you're going to go on Fiverr or Upwork, or you're going to use graphic designers on Canva and all types of stuff, wherever you're finding these people from, vet the people. But now we're networking for what we need. You see what I'm saying? We're not wasting time. Okay, because guess what? We plotted the goal. We developed the strategy on the goal. We found our I don't know point. Okay, I don't know about this. I don't know nothing about this. I don't have no skills for it. I don't know how to do whatever. We got to get somebody on this job. go get that person, you network for that person, you find them, you bring them into your fold after you vet them, and you keep pushing down the road. Get what I'm saying? Mastering your dreams? Well, critical thinking is key. Now, this is going to hurt some feelings. I hope it doesn't, but check it out. Contrary to popular belief of industry execs, creatives aren't dumb. They just don't critically think. All right? Now, if you want to win, you're going to have to be in the position of, I don't have any choice but to do this. This is my life's mission. All right, this is summing up what we're talking about here. Creatives work on the right brain. Industry execs work on the left, but you all have to come together. One side is logic, one side is creativity. So the creative side is Bob Ross in it, filling in the paint with all the pretty clouds and colors and all that stuff. And the people on the exec side is like, I don't understand why they just can't get it. They're not moving fast enough. But truthfully, you all are moving in the same speed together. One side is rushing and pulling the other. Once you get in sync with this creator, you're going to realize that everybody's not going to be doing bi-weekly drops. Some people are just going to drop 2, small projects a year. Some people are going to take their time. But creators, I want you to understand, it's important that you don't take too much time, because time is always of the essence. We only get 4 seasons a year. So you got to utilize them wisely. You got to utilize the energy of the people wisely and the time of the people wisely, so that you can meet the demand of the people. Now, is that all there is? Well, yes, this is base level critical thinking. Let's take a look at it again. The only thing we did was we took our goal from a week or so ago. We expanded it with a little bit of strategy, and we asked some questions here. What skills do you need to do this task? What playing field are we competing on? What's the purpose? What type of value are you getting from this? And what can't we lose to meet the deadline? And then we just said we need some people. If we're going to need it, we got to figure out where the point of I don't know is, and then we're going to move forward. This is base level critical thinking. So artists, now you can begin to create with your logic side of your brain. You see what I'm saying? Now, how much does it speed up your process? Well, by 5 to 7 times the speed. And if you don't have many distractions at all, 10 times the speed of what you're doing now. You know what I mean? Like, it's really going to change the game for you. I'm telling you now, if you can get goal oriented, plot a map on where you're trying to go, really see your vision through, you're going to change the game for yourself and others around you. Now, you may say, well, if you're so smart, how did you use it? I'll show you how I used it. Like this. I'm going to build a fully functional record label business structure course that can be completed in 60 days, because new music creatives and execs need to have a proper structure for their record labels. I saw the need for this in the game. And I'm going to pull a video on where the source of this thought came from. I got to go dig for it, though. It was just Blaze saying something, but I got to go dig for that source of inspiration. This is how I used it. Okay. The task was, what skills do you need to do this task? Well, I need to know how to set up an LLC for base level anonymity, along with a bank account set up for business funding if my students may need it. And I also need to know how to collect all of the money from my music internationally and domestically without a middleman. Yes, without song trust. Do I know how to do this? Yes. And when you're done with the course, you'll know how to do it too. You get what I'm saying? Task. What playing field will we compete on? Internet, specifically email, YouTube, and my personal website. That's going to be our soccer field, if you will. That's what I'm going to play. There could have been many more playing fields. I've tried TikTok. I've tried Instagram, but I work better on YouTube. And I think you all can agree that if I were to put these videos on Instagram and TikTok, it just wouldn't flow right, because I know most of you all who comment on these videos. Like, I see y'all all the time. So it's community based on YouTube, and that's what I was going to need to make this course work. Now we got to put in a deadline. We can't lose in order to meet the deadline. Well, what can't we lose in order to meet the deadline? Well, we can't lose time between the steps in the course, and we need to cut all time gaps to make the system work like a puzzle. My number one thing was I needed to go like boom, 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 so that it would be condensed and it would be like severely, nitrous oxide, to the point where it was like Fast and Furious ×3. Because a lot of times when I was setting this stuff up for people, it was taking us 6 months sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm not doing something right in my sequence. I would go over here to Song Trust first. Then I would come back to BMI. Then I would go over there to Music Reports. Then I'd come back to DistroKid. And it was a mess. So it took me 3 years to figure out this quick sequence. And for what? What type of value are you getting from this? Well, personally, I get monetary gain, but on the flip side, this is truthfully what I get. This humanitarian work. Why? What's the purpose? Well, I get to help more creatives last longer in the music industry because their business is set up right from the beginning. Why does this even matter? Because I know, and I've seen in my 20 years of experience, that when the artist doesn't set up their business practices right, once they say, okay, this is it, I'm doing it, let's go do it now, they usually end up with a BMI first. So I'm, ain't tripping like that. If somebody get a BMI account, it's free. Or you get the writer's account now at ASCAP, it's free now. You know what I mean? And that's where you are. That's about all you've done. Somebody's going to see your potential after you've been working, and they say, hey, let me set up all this stuff for you because you're going to need this, right? And you don't know, and you don't know how to do it. But they're going to say, you're going to need this, all right? And I'm going to come along. By the way, what am I actually going to get for helping you, right? How am I going to, get into your process? And you can be like, I never thought about that, because things are just starting to get good. You're getting your first taste of success. You bypassed level 1 now. You beat level 1, and you're getting out of that. And now people are starting to come to you. They're giving you access to these little industry parties and the clean industry parties. You know what I'm saying? They're giving you access to that stuff. And it's like, oh, I never had this before. And somebody's like, can I help you? And nah, man. All of this, I realized that artists needed this, producers needed this, new record label owners needed this, so people wouldn't take advantage of you from not doing this in the first level. Because you can warp speed to level 2, or you can go down the warp tunnel to go to level 2 or level 4, and you would bypass all of this. A lot of people bypass this step. So that's why I created the 60-day record label course. All right? I created this framework for that. Because you got to set up the LLC the right way. You got to have a bank account for the LLC. You do need your writers and publishers account at BMI and ASCAP, contrary to popular belief. All right. You need a sound exchange account if you're a label or if you're an artist. All right. And you need to know that you can collect your domestic and international mechanical royalties without a middleman. You don't have to jump into an agreement with Song Trust. All right. Learn how to manage your songs and do split sheets the right way. And then you need to understand how you're going to actually acquire copyrights, how you're going to register those things. What about the producer contract that nobody seems to know how to sign? How do you actually acquire those copyrights from the producer in the transference clause in the agreement? So all this had to be done. I did all of this for the creative community because I knew they were going to need it fast in this new day and age, especially with all this new technology that's coming out that's making everything move faster. There's a lot more coming to this course, including trademarking, 360 agreements, and a full-fledged standard recording agreement. So much more. This will be really expanded. This is for artists, producers, new record label owners, new publishing company owners, and managers setting up artist businesses. And for many more people in the music industry. And it's only $275 or 5 easy payments of $55. Free updates are for life. And after you're done with that, then let's get on a call and let's develop your strategy. Because now, everything we talked about in this video, how I expanded the goal into a strategy, you better believe I got a deeper one than that. That's scratching the surface. So we got to go a little bit deeper on your strategy, and we got to design one. So book a call there, and then grab the free stuff below if this is your first time watching the video. If you have the goal, then you can build the strategy. If you have the goal and the strategy, then you can begin to move forward at a decent speed throughout this music industry, and you can kind of cut off and weed out the people because you have focus. People only get in your way when you don't have the focus, and that's what I want you to do now. If you continue to go down this road without any focus, without any goals, without any strategy, it's going to get ugly for you. It's going to get convoluted. You'll probably stifle the growth that you started to have, and then ultimately you're going to be like, oh, I got stuck, and then you're probably going to go quit and go manage a Whole Foods or something like that. But anyway, all right, music money makers, if you make music, you should always make money. Download the 60-day record label ebook and audiobook, but more importantly, grab the course on there. Book a call with me on musicmoneymakeover.com. Grab the free stuff below. All right, and I'll see you next time. Peace.